All right, guys, we are in the shop. I've been in the shop for 2 days now, 2 full days. I got the Ranger Raptor here, and I have one side on. This is the Hot Metal Fab rock sliders. They are frame mounted, and as you can tell, they are very low profile, which is something that I personally like. I like low profile sliders. Whether or not these are going to block a lot of the rocks, I don't know. It should block some. I did do the plating on top, which will help, but I mean, the old boards probably came out, shoot, another 1.5 to 2 inches farther than these. This is not an installation video. I don't know if I would call this a review video, but I am going to go over some things for you guys here. So this is the driver side, and on the driver side, up along your frame here, you have your fuel lines, and then your fuel lines wrap around onto the top of the frame right there. If you notice, I have no bolts going over top of the frame, and I actually had to cut this center saddle mounting spot. Okay, so what happened here is the company I bought these from, I don't know what's going on with them. I don't want to talk badly on them, but as a fabricator myself who bought bolt-on ready sliders, because I don't want to spend my time building this stuff, I'd rather just let somebody else figure that out. I had to do a lot of modifying on these sliders, and it has been a nightmare. Another thing to note here is these sliders are not going to be compatible with your Fout's little skids back here on your trailing arm. So I had to notch my Fout's skid plate to clear this, which was, you know, not a big deal. It marries up quite well. So this is the driver side, and it's been a nightmare. It's been nothing but fabricating on my end. So moving on to the passenger side here, you're dealing with a lot of flag nuts, and on the passenger side here, they actually have you drill holes in your frame and put rib nuts into the holes. Now, if you mess that up, there's not a lot you can do. So what I ended up having to do is build my own flag nuts. Again, on this side, we bolted up just fine back there. Had to still cut the center, and right here, I have a flag nut there, a flag nut there, and I'm about to put this one in. They are really sturdy once they're in, I will say that. But if you are looking to buy these Hot Metal Fab sliders, if you do not have fabricating background, I would be very careful purchasing these. I'll say that right now. I've put quite a few hours of my own time into making these work, modifying them, and that's not why I bought them. You know, I would have built these myself if I wanted to spend hours and hours with them. So with that being said, there's a lot of sketchy things with these sliders. Like I had mentioned, the driver side, if you bolt them up how the company wants you to bolt them, you're going to have massive bolts essentially rubbing on your fuel lines. They say it's fine. I don't trust that shit. The design could have been a lot better with these as far as mounting. There's a lot of holes down there. There's a lot of options. There's threaded holes down there. They could have moved the bracket over a little, put a hole, and you would have had a threaded spot right there on the frame. They chose not to do that. Why, I don't know. So the driver side, like I said, there's actually 2 separate spots where the slider is actually going to come in contact with your fuel line. I had to cut and notch. It works. Anybody out there with these sliders who did not do that with a Ranger Raptor, good luck to you. Over time, you might get a fuel leak. I don't know. I am going to finish mounting this one, and then we're gonna test them out. Let's button this shit up and get back on the trail, because I don't like doing this stuff on my days off. I'd rather be out in the middle of nowhere. Let's get into it. Hey, thanks for having small fingers. Wild. You heard it here first. Get yourself a wife with small fingers. Well, hot damn, guys. Got the driver's side on. And I got the passenger side on for only 2 mounting points right now because like I said, my center point is still not mounted to anything. But yeah, they are very, very low profile, pretty slick looking. As I mentioned before, if you are not handy in the fabricating field, I do not recommend these sliders. Such a hassle, such a massive hassle, but they're on and we are protected now. Love it. The first real outing with these sliders on. Yeah, I hooked it pretty good there. I do see a couple small blemishes. Nothing too bad. I did hear stuff dinging off them suckers. Let's check the other side.
Oh no.
Jeez. Yeah. Couple like that. Oh, that's nothing, never mind. That's just dirt. That's just dirt. I see no real chips. Cool. So they are helping a little. There's burrows out there in these hills. This camera has like the worst digital zoom. I'd fly the drone over there and say what's up to him, but that's illegal. We don't break them rules around these parts. Well, we wanted to take the truck out to see how well these sliders did as far as blocking rocks. We don't have our kids, so Doss' wife came with me. We got beef jerky, and I just bought a jet boil, so we're gonna make some hot chocolate. So, talking about these sliders for a momento, I still would not highly recommend them to the everyday person. The company was super helpful as far as working with me and my inconveniences with them. They helped me out. We worked something out together and I opted to keep the sliders. I'm a fan of them. They work. They're well built and the design, I like how they just look, I guess. But so again, Hot Metal Fab. If you see this, sorry, I said negative things about your company or whatever, but people need to know what they're getting into when they purchase stuff. So that's my take on these. Pick them up if you want, just you might have to do some finagling. All right, pick this bad boy up too. Iceco. Can't go wrong. Thing has been super bitchin' so far. If you have a fridge like this out there in the world and you run it in the bed of your truck like this with the dust and stuff, I know a lot of people have the bed rack, but have you ever had any issues with per se your fridge inhaling too much dust? Let me know if it's ever been a problem for you. I've seen other people say it's not, but we'll see. And I will get a proper fridge mount one day other than these little strappy poos. Let's make some hot chocolate. So I just checked autopilot. As you can see right there, the red is no fly zone, clear is good. So for the people out there that freak out over drone usage, I'm not stupid. I do my research, I make sure it's okay where I fly, and the people that freak out over that stuff, I think you were probably a hall monitor in like middle school or something. Yeah, total Paul Blart. So chill. I make sure that I'm all right, but thank you for letting me know. You are a sweetheart. So let's go check it out over there. It looks really cool right now. Well, folks, this went from an informational rock slider video to hanging out in the hills of Red Rock Canyon, Nevada, drinking hot chocolate. So, it's been cool. I'll see you guys on the next one. The next one will be a camping trip, hopefully. Going back to Flagstaff with Billy, and we're gonna go camping for a couple days. So, we'll see you there. Thanks for watching.